Welcome to the headline. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner, and the H stands for how did the Browns become a mass unit? So, the day is October 20th, 2021.
Very easily.
You know what? I'm tired right about now. It's been one crazy week. Our guest is here, and of course, you know the queen with the gold mic, Jay Price, is here. Hello, Jay. How are you?
Hi, Larry. I just got one question.
What?
Y'all still ready for October 31st?
We gonna be ready for October 31st. Even if we got it like the Browns versus Steelers October 31st Halloween. You think we gotta patch up some people? We'll be ready to go.
Okay.
So,
y'all better sit down.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
Because if y'all don't sit Baker down,
you know what?
And he come out here tomorrow night and he tries to play and he gets injured again and he tries to play again on the 31st of October, we going in. We will spare no mercy.
You don't care about,
Mike Tomlin said, we don't care.
Let's do peace and love before we get into
No. See, if the shoe was on the other foot, you guys be, yeah, Jay, what's wrong with your Steelers?
We're on a 2-game losing streak. Y'all on a 2-game winning streak.
Okay,
so
then.
on Halloween. I can't wait.
I can't wait
We're
either.
well rested too. We waiting
It sure is. We gonna tear y'all up. The steel curtain will be in full effect.
You know what? Calm down. So,
Hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying. So right now we have our guest in the building, but before we get into that, before the Browns game tomorrow, if you're a WWE wrestling fan, Crown Jewel is going to be at 12 p.m. They're in Saudi Arabia. All the WWE fans like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there?
Yeah, they do this every year. It's like Crown Jewel where they wrestle in different country. And I couldn't do it last year because of COVID. But
Oh yeah, I don't follow wrestling anymore.
Right, so-
Since my kids are all grown.
right. So
It's never my thing.
speaking of children, shout out to my son. The Blazers exposure in Georgia beat the first playoff game. They won 40-0. Daddy is trying to get to Georgia this weekend, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And speaking of what's going on, tomorrow before the pregame and after Crown Jewel, we have the event, Ward 1 and Ward 2. The 2021 mayoral candidates Justin Bibb and Kevin Kelly will respond to questions and concerns of the residents at Sanctuary Baptist Church, 4004 East 131st Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44105. So this race is getting interesting, and before that, we lost a great man. We lost Colin Powell.
I thought you said your phone was off.
I thought it was too. So the thing about it is like we lost a great man in Colin Powell. So we need to take 30 seconds and a moment of silence for him. All right. Thank you very much. Colin Powell. Jay, what did you think about that when you heard about the news?
Definitely was a shock. I mean, they really kept it under close wraps that he had cancer. He had melanoma cancer.
And everybody said, well, but didn't he take the vaccine? I mean,
Yeah, he was vaccinated.
He was vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean other stuff couldn't get you.
They
Sorry,
said his case was a case of breakthrough.
right. So it like everything, things about it is something is gonna get you if you don't get it together. I gotta give a shout out to I got my hair cut at Carl's Barbershop over there on Lee Road. So show my man Jeff some love, Jeff Thomas some love over at Carl's Barbershop, 4104 Lee Road. But Sanctuary Baptist Church. By the way, before I introduce my guest, if I see a person bring up a box of cereal to try to insult the candidates, I am going to throw it in the trash. I said we're not having this evening. We're not having this tomorrow. This is a good.
What you talking about?
Well, let me say this.
Right,
Let me just put it out.
right.
I am moderating this event.
I know you are.
We will not. If you're coming in the door with anything of that nature, you're going to be turned around.
Right.
This is going to be a clean question and answer session. We're going to be very professional about it. We're going to be, we're going to just keep it 100 across the board.
Right.
So what happened last week, to answer your question, T, at the African American Museum, they had a forum of the candidates, and I believe it was the activist forum is what it was.
It was the activist forum.
So one supporter of Kevin Kelly came to the forum, and she had a box of Lucky Charms. And with that box of Lucky Charms, she just kind of went on this rant of Justin Bibb
Magically appeared.
from nowhere. And then on the box, she goes on to say that Mike White's going to be running the city behind the scenes, and Nate Gray, and she had Nina Turner's name on there.
Oh, you saw the Nina Turner name, right?
Oh yeah, I saw it. So there was a box of Lucky Charms, an actual box of cereal, and it was also posted on Facebook as well.
Like I said, anybody, yes, please turn them away at the door. If they even try to sneak it in, they getting booted for real. So I'm not, like, the thing about it is, like, this is going to be a question and answer period for the East Siders. Even if you're not in Ward 1 and Ward 2, please come out.
This is for the entire
East
side of Cleveland, because we've been kind of left out there like the redhead stepchildren, and we haven't really been able to engage the candidates as constituents as like we need to.
Stupid.
So this will give you an opportunity and a chance, and we're not going to put that negative energy out there, Larry. So
Right.
if we can just veer from that.
Yeah, we're going to veer from that. The thing about it is like, I'm shocked that anybody would pull those antics at a debate decided the new leader of the city of Cleveland.
I'm not. It's politics at its finest. That's how campaigns are ran, though.
And that's stupid. All right. So, speaking of campaigns, we have someone here who is running for Cuyahoga County Executive, and that position is open up next year. So please welcome my guest in the building right about now. T-Rex played the entrance music, so he has to run it. He has to do some other things than running around, and so do I, unfortunately. So hopefully we're playing this music. This is "Living on a Prayer" by Van Halen, because he's praying, hoping, wishing, and living to make sure that he is your next Cuyahoga County Executive. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Lee Weigard in the building. How are you, Lee?
Thank you, Larry. It's good to be in the building.
It's all right. So the thing about it is that, you have been, you've been pushing. I've seen you run for. You've been very politically active and savvy. So how did you get started in the political process, and what have you been doing for other people?
Sure. I can go back a long way. I got involved in politics at a very young age in Cleveland Heights, where I was raised. But more currently, I guess 25 years ago, I was one of the last people to serve as Cuyahoga County Commissioner before we went to the county executive and county council form of government. So it's been 25 years since I held elective office. I was at that point 29 years old, and I'm now 55. So I'm getting back into run because I'm very frustrated with the way county government is not working. And so we started the campaign in February. We realized very early on that we needed to focus on helping people in the community before we even talked about the campaign. So particularly on the east side of Cleveland, and I live in Shaker Heights, so I'm an east sider, we really focused in wards 1 through 10 of Cleveland and tried to identify opportunities for entrepreneurs and for nonprofit organizations to access some of the federal and state pandemic relief funding. So we helped 8 restaurants secure about $400,000 in grants to help them get through difficult pandemic times.
8 restaurants?
Yeah,
Okay.
all on the east side.
All on the east side?
Yeah, and all minority owned.
Okay.
The biggest grant was for $104,000 for a restaurant in Ward 1. But we worked in Ward 9 as well. Worked with Joe Jones in Ward 1 and Kevin Conwell in Ward 9. Also reached out to institutions that are historic in Cleveland, like Karamu House, helped them get $500,000 toward their capital campaign. work with the United Black Fund to get $500,000 to set up a new program for African American entrepreneurs who can't get access to training or capital to start their businesses in Cleveland. And that's just scratches the surface of things we've been doing. And we think that by being more active in the community this year, we'll be better positioned for next year. And I recognize that the city and the county particularly are doing nothing in the community to help entrepreneurs and nonprofit organizations. And so we need to change that tune. So we're focusing our resources to help nonprofit organizations and entrepreneurs in the city of Cleveland grow their business and serve their customers better.
So why did you leave office? Why did you just leave office for a long time?
Well, in 1996, I lost my reelection. So it was the year that Bob Dole ran against Bill Clinton, and I'm a Republican. You should know that.
Okay.
The last Republican to serve as county commissioner in Cuyahoga County. So in that year, 1996, Bill Clinton beat Bob Dole by about 180,000 votes.
Right.
I lost by 25,000 votes.
Who did you lose to?
To Jane Campbell.
Okay.
So, but that means that 155,000 people voted for Bill Clinton and me, which I think demonstrates pretty good crossover appeal across the county. The place that I didn't do very well in 1996 was the east side of Cleveland, at that point, wards 1 through 11. And so I'm starting my campaign 25 years later in the place that I did the worst 25 years ago. And I'm getting a great reception. There's no sense that the current county executive is focusing resources or efforts on the east side of Cleveland. There's no sense, frankly, the Democratic Party is doing that either. And so when I show up at events, here I am, I'm the Republican coming to events in Huff and Mount Pleasant and Glenville, in Lee Harvard, and people recognizing that I'm showing up, that I care, that I want to help grow businesses, I want to help nonprofit organizations and families who are struggling through the pandemic have better lives.
All right. Jay, you want to ask a question?
Well, it's going to probably be a question and a comment, all in one. And that's great that, small businesses and entrepreneurs on the east side of Cleveland, were able to get access to cash and, cash flow to keep their businesses going. But with the current situations that we're facing on the east side of Cleveland with crime, wards 1, 2, all of them are riddled with crime. What do you plan to do, and how do you see yourself working with the next mayor of Cleveland to address these issues?
Yeah, as we know, fighting crime is generally done by cities, City of Cleveland and other suburbs in the county. The role the county can play, I think, is very important. So the county has the Department of the Sheriff. The sheriff has deputies. The deputy's job is to investigate major crimes like human trafficking, kidnapping, and drug rings. Right now, there are 160 sheriff's deputies in Cuyahoga County. We probably need about 260 sheriff deputies. So I would add more sheriff deputies. That would allow the police in Cleveland and Cleveland Heights and East Cleveland and other cities to focus more on solving crime. So they have a lot of time spent, unfortunately, on the major crimes because they don't work as closely with the county as they could. I see a partnership between Cuyahoga County and the city of Cleveland where we have more sheriff deputies to support the police on the street so they can solve and prevent crimes.
Now, I have another question. Now, Jay, you have another question for one?
So, I guess, I'm going to put I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Oftentimes, when candidates are running, as you're saying right now, you are focusing on Ward 1 of the east side of Cleveland. And when candidates say that, I get a little concerned that that's your focus, because you realize for when you ran before that you lost the east side of Cleveland, and now you need to bring that back into focus so that you can win over the voters of east side of Cleveland. The east side of Cleveland, we're tired of being used to put people in office, and when they get there, they don't do anything for us. While they're stomping the grounds and running their campaign, they're going to do everything in the world for us.
Yeah.
But once they get in that seat, it's almost like, I didn't tell you that. I don't remember saying any of that. And nothing ever gets done on the east side of Cleveland. So from someone who lives on the east side of Cleveland, I'm very concerned because this always plays out to the disadvantage of the residents of the east side of Cleveland. And we're the ones, Wards 1 and Ward 2. I live in Ward 10, but 1 and 2 are the heaviest voting wards in the city of Cleveland. And look at them. So how do you plan to keep your promises that you're making now on the campaign trail for the residents of the east side of Cleveland? And what other changes will you try to bring to the east side of Cleveland?
So I think I'm doing more than promising, and I'm right now. I'm a private citizen. I'm running for county executive, but I'm not in office yet. Mm-hmm. We've already secured more than $2 million this year for projects on the east side of Cleveland. So I'm not just saying I'm going to do something. I'm actually doing it this year for restaurants, nonprofits, small businesses, and families. So what I tell people is if I can secure $2 million this year as just a candidate for county executive, imagine what I can do when I'm actually the county executive. Access to all the programs that the county has. Here's what I want to do.
Go ahead.
I want to create a $10 million fund that would be focused exclusively on the east side, African American entrepreneurs, helping them get training and get access to capital to start businesses. So I can do that as county executive, and I will do this as county executive. On economic development, I believe we need to focus our incentives when we try and bring companies into the county or to expand in the county. We need to encourage them to expand or come into the city of Cleveland. Now, why is that? Because most unemployed people in the county live in the city of Cleveland. We've tried this notion of getting people to where the jobs are. If the jobs are in Westlake or Chagrin Falls or Strongsville, it's hard to get people from the inner city out to those suburbs because the buses just don't run that frequently. So my reverse approach is let's bring the jobs to where the people are. So it's easier to get from where they live in the neighborhoods of Cleveland to the jobs that will exist. You've already got a nice group of businesses in Midtown Corridor. Let's continue to build that out and then do the same thing in Mount Pleasant and Huff and Glenville. So bring the jobs to where unemployed people live and get them employed.
And that's a great thing, bringing the jobs. But when you bring the jobs back into the city of Cleveland, and the people that need the jobs don't have the skill set to perform those jobs, how do you plan on addressing workforce development as it relates to our high school students, where when they're coming out of high school, and we all know that everybody's not meant to go to college.
Right.
So we need to create a workforce development program for the county, and I do believe the county does have one.
It does.
And the city does. So how do you plan on revamping that and restarting that and making sure that the entity for workforce development with the county is there to help these students that are coming out of school? Because, I mean, let's face it, they're the ones that's looking for a job.
Yep.
But they don't have the skill set to perform the jobs that you are potentially saying you're going to bring back into the city of Cleveland. So how do you fix that? That's question number one. Question number two is, how is hiring more deputies going to curb crime?
Okay, so let's take the job training question first. So the city has a job training department or program, so does the county. We need to coordinate the city and county better on job training programs, not just job training, but economic development, community development, housing, transportation. So we're working hand in glove with the city and the county. I think we need employer-driven workforce development. So we need to talk to the employers who are coming into Cleveland or will come into Cleveland and ask them what training we can help subsidize or provide so that people graduating from high school or not graduating from high school who are available and unemployed can be trained for relevant skills. There's been a big push, a big focus on people getting into college, which I think is important, but as you just noted, not everybody's going to go to college. Mm-hmm. So we need to focus at least as many resources on job training, so skills upgrading, as we do on scholarships to college. In terms of sheriff's deputies, if you have more sheriff's deputies available to support the city of Cleveland and other communities in Cuyahoga County when it comes to investigating major crimes, that takes the burden of investigating those crimes off of the police departments in those cities. They can focus more on solving street level crimes in their communities.
So I have one more question over here, and there's somebody on my live. There's a lot of people. There's a question for you. As you stated, you are a Republican. They want to know, are you a Donald Trump Republican or are you a Lincoln Republican?
I'm not sure what the distinction. I'm a Lee Weingart Republican, so
okay.
But I'm a traditional Republican.
Gotcha.
In the sense that I think the party was at its best when we adhered to the fundamentals of the Republican Party. The Republican Party was founded in 1854 with a single purpose: to end slavery in America. From 1860 until about 1960, we were the party of civil rights. The 13th, 14th, 15th Amendments to the Constitution were passed by the Republicans without a single Democratic Party vote. The first black man to dine in the White House was under President Theodore Roosevelt, a guy named Booker T. Washington. And the first celebration in the White House to honor a black man was in 1969 by Richard Nixon to celebrate Louis Armstrong's career in music and jazz.
Best year ever, 69.
Yeah.
So there's a wonderful history of the Republican Party when it comes to promoting civil rights. You know, the 64, 65, and 68 acts would not have passed all Republican votes because Democrats are still, for the most part, Southern Democrats against civil rights, even up to the late 1960s. I'd like to see the Republican Party get back to its roots of respecting civil rights, promoting civil rights. And to the extent that I can do that as county executive, I will. You know, the county doesn't have a lot of responsibility when it comes to passing civil rights laws. That's really more of a state and a federal function. But I will certainly enforce all laws on the books from the federal and state government. And I also want to expand opportunities in Cuyahoga County for minority contracting, which we can talk about later if you want. Right now, the county does about $400 million a year in contracts. Less than 1% goes to minority contractors.
Then that's the problem. That's the big problem.
Yeah.
That's
Opportunity corridor
Yeah.
is the
Even though
Yeah.
example.
every county contract mandates that a minimum of 5% of that contract go to a minority business enterprise, a disadvantaged business. But what happens when you bid on these contracts, you can say you made a good faith effort to find a minority partner. You couldn't find one, and then you're excused from having to have a minority partner. So the way I solve that, I just eliminate this good faith effort nonsense.
okay.
No partner, no contract. It's really straightforward. And on day one, we go from 5% to 10% minimum. Some contracts will be 25% if there are enough minority contractors to compete for that contract. And some will be 100%. They will be completely set aside for disadvantaged businesses to bid on.
All right. Speaking of, economic opportunity, always, in my estimation, always steers away from crime. Pretty much, if you have more economic opportunity, more careers, is less crime. Now, speaking of crime, you had someone, the Cuyahoga County jail administrator, just recently go to jail for abuse of people in Cuyahoga County.
dereliction of duty.
Yeah, dereliction of duty. So how would you straighten out Cuyahoga County Jail for those who are already incarcerated because they did not get the opportunity to succeed and they landed in jail?
So just to clarify that, Ken Bells was the former jail director of Cuyahoga County. He was sentenced to 9 months in jail for setting up a environment that was dangerous to the prisoners.
Which 9 people died.
12 people died, 8 in 1 year and then 4 since then.
Yep.
What's interesting is he was really just doing what the current county executive told him to do.
Yep.
Armand Budish, who's the current county executive, wanted to turn the jail into a profit center. And how do you do that? You increase your revenue, so you have to have more prisoners in the jail than you can accommodate.
Yep.
And then you have to cut your expenses, so you understaff it. And Armand was warned by a nurse supervisor that if he continued this system, people would start dying. And 6 weeks later, the first person died. And then 7 more people died in rapid succession. It wasn't until the 8th person died that Armand Budish even set foot in the jail to see what was going on. But rather than do that, he went to the boss of the nurse supervisor and said, fire this person or else. So what I would have done differently, when I was county commissioner 25 years ago, no one died in the county jail. We had an elected county sheriff who knew that if someone died in the jail, he wouldn't get reelected 4 years later. So we got to look very seriously at electing our county sheriff, making the county sheriff personally liable for managing, or at least politically liable, for managing the county jail. And I think once that sheriff has to stand before the voters every 4 years, he will ensure, just like Jerry McFall did when I was county commissioner 25 years ago, that no one dies in the county jail. So that's the first thing. Second thing is to look at the county jail for what it is. There are two components: Jail 1, which is 1,000 beds, and Jail 2, which is 700 beds. And I built Jail 2 when I was county commissioner. There's a movement right now to try and spend $1 billion to build a new jail.
In East Cleveland.
Maybe East Cleveland, and maybe who knows where it's going to be. They've already
$1 billion. Yes,
they've already paid out $10 million to consultants and don't have a site and don't know how big it's going to be. My view is the county jail is too big as it is right now. Last year, during COVID, we were down to 1,000 people in the county jail, even though the capacity is 1,700. If 1,000 people worked in the COVID year, why wouldn't it work this year or next year? So you got to find alternatives to incarceration for non-violent arrestees. If someone is arrested by the police on a non-violent offense, they have too much marijuana in the backseat of their car, that person should never see the front door of the county jail. We should find a diversion unit. We should just give him a ticket, if you will, as if he were caught speeding, and have him come in for arraignment in 30 days. The problem now is that the judges automatically put people in jail. Very rarely do they grant bail to people who are arrested, whether it be for a violent offense or for a nonviolent offense. And so people will sit let's say a young kid gets pulled over for having a dime bag of weed. He gets put in the county jail. He can't post bail. So he sits there for 30 days until he gets arraigned by a judge. Now, of the criminal cases in Cuyahoga County, 95% end in a plea. So there's never even a trial. So good chance that kid's going to plea out to a lesser offense. He might get state prison time. So maybe he's got 9 months in state prison. Comes back to Cleveland. He's got a felony or a misdemeanor record. He can't get a place to live. He can't get a job. He can't get public support payments. What does he do? He turns back to crime. So we are, in effect, minting criminals in our jail right now. We need to find alternatives to incarceration, especially for those who are nonviolent arrestees, to try and shrink the size of the jail, and then work on improving the physical nature of the jail so that it's what it should be.
The thing is that I feel, and this is just me personally, I feel like if you give people more economic opportunity, especially the ones that already have a record, a felony record, or try to have if they have one, to expunge their record, that there'll be less of a chance they will go back to a life of crime. Now, the problem that I have with the current Cuyahoga County executive is that there was too many before the pandemic, overcrowding of beds to be in there. I heard one time that you said 1,700. I heard one time that they stuffed the Cuyahoga County Jail to 3,500 people.
I've heard 2,300, but it could have been. I mean, that's 35 would be a lot. 3,500 would be a lot.
You got people I heard people were sleeping on the floor,
under toilets, on the floor,
everything.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. But again, that was Armand's plan, was to try and turn the jail into a profit center. And look, nobody should make money off crime, not criminals, and not jailers, and not governments. We ought to do whatever we can to shrink the number of crimes, not view it as a way to make money and to fund our government, which is what the current county executive tried to do. So I think smaller jail with less costly diversion tactics will serve us better in Cuyahoga County long term. And then if we need to build a new jail at some point, it can be built at the appropriate size, which is probably 1,000 or maybe 1,200 beds, as opposed to 2,400 beds, which is what the current county executive is promoting.
The thing about it is, like, I don't like, the jail system. There's too many people down there protesting about the jail system. There's too many people in there that should be out on the street because they are nonviolent. Don't get me wrong. There's some violent people in there that need to be locked up. But the thing is that there's some people that just made a mistake that are nonviolent that should not lose their jobs, lose their opportunities to advance. And so that creates a cycle of crime.
It does.
I think the jail does create a cycle of crime. That's the problem. So how do you go on, man? Budish has been the executive for a while. How do you go and, beat Budish out of that seat and become the executive again?
So I started very early. The election's not until November of 2022, and we announced the campaign in February of this year. So it's almost a 20-month campaign. No one who's run before against Budish has spent nearly that much time on the campaign trail. Normally they start in the election year in March or April. So it becomes an 8-month campaign for them. So we've been out, as I mentioned earlier, talking to a lot of people, and on the east side of Cleveland for sure, but also in the suburbs. Tonight I'm going out to Mayfield Heights. I've got a speech to a group out there. My message is consistent no matter where I go. It's the same message, and it's we need a smaller county government. So that's, of course, the jail, but the government itself needs to be reduced in size. Take those savings. So if we have a smaller government that's less expensive, take the savings and invest them in the community in activities that create jobs to remedy unemployment, that create opportunities to reduce homelessness, hunger, and poverty, which we haven't addressed comprehensively as a county in at least 25 years, that look at ways to end segregation, and we are still the most segregated county of any county our size in America.
You're not lying.
And there's and actually no county is even close to Cuyahoga. I looked at major urban counties in the Midwest. No county is close to us when it comes to segregation. And then, of course, addressing crime. So right now in county government, there are roughly 1,000 employees who are eligible for an early retirement buyout. I would buy them all out. And I would look at every department where they're coming from and say, how many do I really need to run this department efficiently? Probably not going to be 1,000. Just we know the way government is. So let's say that number is 500. So now I've reduced the number of employees by 500. Nobody was fired. They voluntarily retired early. That reduction of 500 positions saves us about $50 million a year in payroll, benefits, and retirement contributions. I take that $50 million and I invest it right back in the community to solve the issues we talked about: unemployment, hunger, homelessness, crime, segregation. So it's really about a smaller county government, but a much more active county government.
Much more effective.
Effective. I think smaller and effective is better in this case, because if you got too many hands in the cookie jar, something's going to get screwed up in it. It's been screwed up around here for a while now, and you said you would work with the new mayor of Cleveland to get that done. I
can't wait. So if it's Justin Bibb, Justin was an intern for my company in 2007. So I've known Justin his entire adult life, and I know Kevin Kelly very well too. So, you know, what's really important is that the county executive and the mayor of Cleveland have a dialogue, a regular ongoing dialogue. And so what I've said is, when I'm county executive, and if it's Mayor Bibb or it's Mayor Kelly, we'll meet twice a month for lunch, once in City Hall and once in the county administration building, and we will compare notes and make sure that we are coordinating our efforts as best we can, and then we'll push down from the top to our directors and our departments that they collaborate better, so we, again, are spending less money on government, more money on solving problems in the community.
Well, pretty much more money on people, correct?
So that kind of explains why they're not hiring people.
Huh?
It explains why they're not hiring people, county or city.
Well, the county's hiring people. They just added 5 more people to a new department that Armin created.
Everybody that he
they're hiring people for sure. And again, I'm not looking to fire people. I don't think that's the right approach. But I think if someone's eligible for an early retirement buyout and they want to take it, I want them to take it. Because
you don't have a problem paying people like to sit at home.
Well, no, I mean, so they would just retire, right?
They retire.
So let's say they're a year from retirement. I would buy out that last year with the state pension system, and then they would be eligible to retire. And so again, what I've been told is every one of the 1,000 people eligible would take it tomorrow. Because the county, the county, it's a toxic work environment. You've got an executive who doesn't interact with anybody other than his own chief of staff, does not talk to directors, does not get out and talk to people, which is what I'll do. I doubt that I'll be at my desk for more than an hour a day, because I'm going to be out talking to the directors in the county, the line employees, to figure out how we can help them do their jobs better to help serve the customers, which is the citizens of Cuyahoga County, and out in the community talking to nonprofits, business leaders, and regular folks about what we can do better in Cuyahoga County government. I like to talk to people. I like to get involved in the community, hear ideas, and then implement those ideas through government.
Well, you can swing some money this station's way. That would be wonderful. Just, but you've been out. I've seen you out, and you've been out. So the thing about it is, you are a Republican running in a pretty much Cuyahoga County's most.
It's the most Democratic county in Ohio, and among the most Democratic counties in the country.
They say.
I picked a big hill to climb. I'm the first to tell you that.
So they say.
Sometimes you got some.
I don't know.
Republicans in this building. So
there's some closet Republicans.
When it comes to local government, it doesn't really matter what party you are. It's not like running for president or governor. The county government is an administrative form of government. We get money from Washington, D.C. and from Columbus and what we raise locally in property taxes and sales taxes. And we have to implement the programs that we get from Washington and Columbus. So what you need as county executive, the party is not that material. What's material is experience, which I've got as a former county commissioner, a vision, which I hope I've laid out tonight on the show, and a backbone, a willingness to advocate for get things done.
All right. What? How can people contribute to the campaign now, or are you just going to wait until next year?
Certainly they contribute. We have a website. It's www.weingart2022.com. So it's WEINGART2022.com. You can go on the website. You can volunteer, which we want a lot of volunteers. If you want to donate, that's fine. We'd appreciate anything we can raise. We raised a lot of money already. The one thing I'm pretty good at is raising money. I raised $1 million back in 1996, and I think we'll raise $2 million for this campaign. So we'll take every dollar we can get, but we also want volunteers. So there's a portion on the webpage where you can sign up to be a volunteer to help us all over the county.
Are we going to commercial?
Yes, we are. We're actually.
Can I get this question in, and then he can answer when we come back?
Yeah.
You can just answer.
He's about to leave, so
no, I'm
okay.
good. I'm good.
It says there's a question that came across. It says we have the highest tax rate in the state. What are your plans to reduce the tax while maintaining and improving services?
So we have the highest sales tax in Ohio, and the current county executive announced 2 weeks ago he's going to extend it forever. There was a temporary tax put on to pay for the convention center. Forever. So and it was a 20
Forever?
It was a 20-year sales tax put on to pay for the convention center. He announced he's going to extend that forever to pay for his $1 billion jail.
What?
So I will fight that. If county council decides to follow that bad lead by the county executive, I will work to put that question on the ballot so the voters get to vote on whether we extend that tax forever.
We got to pay that tax forever?
Forever.
Forever. I don't like that.
For Armin's $1 billion jail. I'm calling it the forever tax because it's a forever tax. And property taxes.
Crazy.
So last night I was in Mount Pleasant at a citizen meeting talking about the increase in property values, which will lead to higher property taxes, as we know. I've committed in my 2 terms as county executive that I will not raise the county's portion of the property tax, period. We have plenty of money in government right now. We do not need to take more money from the back pockets of homeowners in Cuyahoga County. So you have my pledge tonight on the radio station. I will not stand for an increase in the county's portion of property taxes during my 8 years as county executive.
Okay, that's what's up. We can go to break now. We can go to commercial now. So this is, speaking of, that's anything you want, anything she wants, this is Wham. We'll be right back with Lee Weingart on the headline eye. Forever Ever Tax? Nah. We ain't doing that this evening. Ever. No, we ain't doing that this evening. What's up, y'all? This is Larry H. Gardner of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerve.
My dad was a police officer and firefighter. My mom's a social worker. I'm Justin Bibb. I lost a cousin to murder. Crime and violence threaten us all. We need real public safety and equal justice. My safety plan will improve police training, add mental health support, move more police out into Cleveland's neighborhoods, and guarantee accountability with citizen oversight. Real safety and equal justice. It's a fight we can win. I'm Justin Bibb.
Paid for by Neighbors for Justin Bibb.
Hey, everybody, it's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye. And you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
Team DJ Ellery, DJ Johnny O, and Foil Productions presents DJ Ellery's All Black Sagittarius Birthday Bash, Saturday, November 27th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. at LaSalle's Event Venue, 823 East 185th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. Tickets $50, $60 at the door before 7 p.m., inflation after. $500 exclusive 8-seat tables, $225 high 2-seat tables. Majority black attire is mandatory. No entry or refunds if requirements are not met. 30 plus with the proper ID. Cash bar, bottle purchase, CPD security on the premises. DJ Ellery's All Black Sagittarius Birthday Bash, Saturday, November 27th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. with a live performance from Raheem Devon. This all takes place at LaSalle's Event Venue, 823 East 185th Street in Cleveland. This is WNRV 108.1.
All right, that was New Edition, Cool It Now, and we've been cooling down with Mr. Lee Weigart, who's running for Cuyahoga County Exec in 2020.
It's Weingart.
Weingart.
2022.
2022. That's next year.
It's right around the corner. We're 36 days out from Thanksgiving.
We can make it, you know.
We're going to make it.
Shoot.
We're going to make it until
like
if the wheels fall off. We still going to make it.
And there's like 80 Delta variants of COVID out there right about now. But speaking of variants, we have variants of the
that was funny too.
That was funny. They're like variants of Cuyahoga County Council. So how would you shake up if you were elected, or when you were elected, Lee? How would you shake up Cuyahoga County Council? Because they have forgotten to serve the people of Cuyahoga County.
So there are 11 members of Cuyahoga County Council, as we know, representing 11 different districts in Cuyahoga County. Mm-hmm. So what's happened under the current regime is the county executive does not talk to county council. So he doesn't consult them when he issues contracts. He doesn't work with them to try and solve problems. I will work hand in glove with county council. I think our form of government is still relatively new. It's not even 12 years old. Mm-hmm. We need a strong county council. We need a strong county executive. So when I have initiatives I want to get done, I will work with the county council to get them done. Now, you'll say you're a Republican and the 8 of the 11 county council members are Democrats. That's fine. I've spent the last 20 years of my life working with Democrats. So when I'm not running for county executive, I run the biggest federal and state government relations firm in the state of Ohio. I work with Democrats every day to get things done for my clients. I'll do the exact same thing to get things done for the citizens of Cuyahoga County. I want to work with county council because I know that if county council is strong, if they're involved and engaged, and you have an involved and engaged county executive, that's the best chance we have for success in this county. One-man rule never works, and having a weak county executive also doesn't work. So just like I'll work with the next mayor of Cleveland, I will work hand in glove with county council to solve problems.
So
Yeah,
what
go
I just
ahead.
heard, and I just want to make sure I heard it correctly, and this will confirm what I've always thought.
Right.
County council and the county exec do not have meetings other than when they have their monthly meetings. Was that what I'm hearing?
So under the sunshine laws, a majority of council can't meet unless it's in public, but the county executive can meet with any member of county council he wants at any time. There's no restriction on that. And I think the county council president and the county executive should meet on a regular basis.
Is that Parnell?
Even more regular
pretty
than
much.
the mayor.
Cuyahoga County Council.
Yeah,
President
even
Pernell
more
Jones.
regular than the mayor of Cleveland and the county executive. The county executive and the county council president should meet on a regular basis to discuss issues that have come up in the county and how to solve them through the council and through the executive's office.
You hear that, Parnell?
Pernell Jones. I don't know what to say.
I call them all out.
You know
I
what?
call all of
I'll
them
work with
out.
all 11 of the county council members. I'm excited. I know most of them. I've worked with a lot of them over the course of 20 years.
Have they been your clients to get reelected?
No, I haven't had any of them as clients, but I've represented clients in front of them.
Okay.
My county council person, she does pretty well.
Who's that?
Mine is Chantel Brown, and so she's going to Congress.
Mine's is Cheryl Stevens.
So, speaking of which, yeah, that race is November 2nd. All these races are November 2nd and things of that nature. Yours is coming next year. So, have you been studying how? You've been out in the community on the east side, pretty much. Hopefully, you'll be at this event tomorrow. That is going to happen between the two mayoral candidates. So, what do you think now about how? You've been doing with, dealing with funding and everything else for government officials for a while. What do you think about the campaigns that are being ran so far between these two mayoral candidates?
Well, you've got the insurgent campaign of Justin Bibb, right? So coming out of it, never having held a public office before, but put together a really smart, young, dynamic team. He surprised a lot of people by making the runoff. I think if you saw the polling up until election day in September, you would not have guessed he was going to make the runoff, which he did. Then you have Kevin Kelly, who's also got a very strong campaign team, more experienced. He's spent 12 years as a county council president, and also been on city council president. As well as being on city council. So they both have a vision for change for the city. Again, I'm not taking a side. I'll work with either one that gets elected. They're both running good campaigns, I think. And we'll see what happens. My instinct tells me that this will come down to turnout on the east side.
Yep.
If turnout on the east side is high, I think Justin's got a very good chance to win. If east side turnout is not high, I would say it probably favors Kevin Kelly.
Okay.
So I have a question.
That's my 2 cents worth of advice as
And
a
you're
Republican.
absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I have a question over here. It says, would you work towards a centralized government similar for a continual progress of the things that you've turned around in those 8 years? Is that what I'm hearing?
I would find a successor who would continue the vision that I will set for Cuyahoga County.
Yep.
All right. That's good. It's always good. You're saying you're grooming somebody to take your place. And I think the problem that we had is that, with the mayoral's vacuum, there was not a successor.
There was not.
And it was just like, you got one person who thinks that because he's city council president that he should get the job, and then you have another person who's not going to wait their turn, even though he said that people said to wait his turn. He's not going to wait his turn, which I am grateful of, who said, I deserve this position. So, it is what it is. And we'll just see.
That
everything.
sounds familiar.
Right, it is what it is. It's like
you cannot have Mayor Jackson's saying.
Well, Larry, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been great to be on the show. I want to come back again.
You will. Like, if you have time for us, we always have time for you.
Don't worry about that.
And take
I'll
a
be
water.
back.
Take a water or some. Take a water or that big thing of fruit on the way out with you.
Water.
All right. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good night,
Lee.
Cleveland.
Good night, Cleveland.
When your
So
legs
we'll be
don't
right
work
back.
like they
This
used to
is
before.
Think About It by Ed Sheeran. And we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Thinking out loud.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
WNRV 108.1.
Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every day. And I just wanna tell you so honey, now loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh, darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Or maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
Grab a glass of wine, light a candle, and settle in for the best slow jams to set the soundtrack for your bedtime on Sunday Silhouettes with DJ Shotty Shot. So be there from 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of love on WNRV.
everybody. It's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye. And you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
This is the Human T-Rex. Check out my new show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WNRV 108.1. Gia.
This is WNRV 108.1.
She wouldn't wear much more.
That was Jay Price singing Prince's Raspberry Beret.
That's my baby. I miss him.
You know what? Everybody miss Prince.
There'll
Ain't
never be
nobody
another.
said, of all the scandals and stuff like that, nobody said anything about Prince.
They
having
put my
any
baby on
scandal.
them drugs.
Oh,
she wrote.
Man, you know how much performing that he has done, traveling and performing and dude, I respect any man can walk around in 2-inch heels and just in that
Prince
guitar.
Only man that I knew that could walk around in heels and be a sexy motherfucker and take your girl.
Shut up.
He could. Am I right?
You know what? I'm not even talking about that right about now. Shout out to Miss Marissa. So
you know what?
I ain't saying nothing else. But you brought somebody in here.
Yeah, man. You can cook, man.
This is Chef Teflon John. He didn't bring any food though.
Well, you know what? That's partially my fault.
Whenever you say I'm gonna bring a chef,
but listen, it's partially my fault. I'm gonna take the blame for it.
You gonna take a blame
because
for it?
He wanted to call me last night, but after working and trying to get this camp, this
the event tomorrow.
Yeah, and talking to people, I was just talked out last night. So he called me this morning, and I said, "John, you gonna bring some food?" He's like, "Why you ain't tell me?" I'm like, "You know what? That's my bad."
So
has he had any of your food, Jay?
No.
All right. So let's introduce the Chef Teflon John. What did you come up with the name Teflon John from, sir?
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, my people. I'm Chef Teflon John. I came up with the persona of Teflon because I've been through a lot of things and I survived it. So I sort of feel like the Teflon Don, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I got Teflon.
Pull your mic closer to you.
Pull your mic close to you, sir. All right.
There you go.
All right. Okay. So you went through a lot of. That's like Teflon. Like they call Ronald Reagan a Teflon Don, but Teflon president. The thing about it is like stuff bounces off you, like Teflon. So I get you. So how long you been a chef?
Okay, I've been a chef in the city of Cleveland for over 25 years. Mm-hmm. I've been a line cook. I've been a kitchen manager. I'm just basically a food service operator. I started off down in the flats when we used to have the River Fest down there.
Oh.
And I worked in all types of restaurants in that city up until where I'm at today.
All right. So, how do you have your own restaurant?
No, sir. I don't have my own restaurant.
Yet.
I worked at Zanzibar. That's my notoriety. I worked at Zanzibar for 12 years.
So you made which Zanzibar?
Shaker Square.
But I was the original on Shaker Square when we was across the street next to the movies.
I know. You made my pork chops, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know what? I like him already. I remember that. That was when Zanzibar was wonderful. I don't know what's wrong with y'all now.
Well, he's not there anymore.
Nah, that's the problem. Y'all should hire him back.
They got new owners.
Right.
Yeah,
They-
Zanzibar owner is a great guy, Mr. Johnny Horton. He's a great guy, and he's doing great things, and they're keeping their numbers up. You know, I can never say nothing bad about Zanzibar. It was an important part of my career. But when I worked there, I worked for Master Chef Tony Fortner. He the guy that came with the menu. They still selling right to this day. You know, this was a good brother, and right now I'm doing some part-time work as his pit master at his restaurant right on 140th in Kinsman. But you know what I'm saying? We got a story to tell. That's the Zanzibar Boys. We got a crew that built that restaurant, and we call ourselves the Zanzibar Boys. And we've been putting out good soul food to the people of Cleveland for the last 12 years.
What's your specialty?
My specialty is Southern cuisine, but I have since put down my line cook responsibilities, and now I'm a pit master. My specialty now is barbecue ribs, smoked barbecue ribs, smoked briskets, and smoked chicken.
See, I don't like see the
And
thing.
smoked turkeys.
Yep. I'm doing smoked
Wait a minute, you doing smoke?
ain't bring
Oh, hey! T-Rex, I'm mad now.
The next time you guys,
Ah,
So you know what, John? We're gonna have to bring you back.
okay,
Right.
you bring me back, and I got some barbecue ribs
yeah.
for you guys.
You better
some
be.
brisket.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring you back. We're gonna have to bring you back right before, maybe. Yeah, we'll bring you back in
Oh,
November.
wait a minute, you gonna do a smoked turkey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not doing smoked turkey.
Mine.
I'm doing grilled turkey.
Yeah, he
Oh,
gonna
you
grill
doing
my
grilled
turkey.
turkey?
Yes, sir.
So you grilling the turkey?
I'm gonna take the turkeys,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna butterfly them, and then I'm gonna grill them. I have something they call the chicken flipper. It's a grill that I ordered. I don't know nobody else in the city with one.
I've
And
s-
what it do, it guarantee grill marks on both sides of the protein. So I'm gonna take these turkeys, I'm gonna butterfly them, I'm gonna put them on the chicken flipper, I'm gonna baste them with herb butter, and it's gonna be the most moist chicken you ever taste.
How much are the grilled turkeys?
Okay. See, this the thing. I'm not trying to make a fortune. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to do is turns people on to a new something with moisture.
Right. Listen, brother. I understand, Chef Teflon John. Your lovely girlfriend is back here, and thank God for a good woman standing by your side.
Thank you, sir. Shout out to Michelle.
How you doing? Shout out to Michelle.
She with him at every
Right.
pop up.
But the
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
She with him at every pop up.
This is how I'm doing it. People got to bring their turkey to me. Defrosted. I want a thawed out turkey. You bring it to me. I'm going to season it. I'm going to butterfly it, and I'm going to put it on my chicken flipper grill. My price, I only want $20. $20 per bird. Bring your own bird. Bring it to me. I'm going to grill it. It's going to look delicious.
Where your card at? Where your show you
Yeah, I wish I had some pictures to show you guys. This is beautiful.
I will show him, John.
Okay, so you got a number. How can people contact you,
Yes, sir.
Chef Teflon John,
Yes,
about
sir.
the chicken, the turkey flipper, grilled turkey with the herbs and everything else? Now I'm
Yes, sir.
hungry. Now I'm hungry again. Dang it!
You could have
Yes,
been
sir.
his awesome and tape.
Yes, sir.
Taste testers, they ain't bring nothing.
Oh, I got y'all. I got you guys.
Right.
I got you
Can't
guys.
vouch yet.
Okay, I can be reached on Facebook at Teflon John Andrews, and you can see all my pictures of all my work, all the chicken that I smoke, the ribs I smoke on a regular basis, and the turkeys that we talking
I'm
about
about to
now.
pull you up
Yeah.
right about
Chef it's Teflon John Andrews on Facebook.
Yep.
Or you can reach me at 216-269-0935. I'm taking all calls.
So John, tell them about the fact that you are now catering
Yes, ma'am.
all of your holiday parties, your
Yes,
office
ma'am.
parties.
Yes, ma'am. This is my first season working on my own. I call myself the hardest working man in soul food. That's what I say, and I'm that way because I done pop-ups, I done catering, I done festivals, and this is my first season. And I've been everywhere from Woodhill Park to 116th and Corlett. I just done a driveway party on
Really?
Cedar. I've been out to Streetsboro. I just done a lot of different things. Then I done catering jobs, and I never advertised. I never advertised once. It's been all word of mouth. And this season we had about.
All right,
Yeah, talking to Mike.
This
Talking to
season
Mike.
we had about 10 different catering jobs, all from word of mouth. Through the grace of God, this is my first time legit advertisement telling the people who I am and where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be doing Thanksgiving turkeys, and I'm available for Christmas parties.
So you available for Christmas party? So if I have a Christmas party up in here,
I told him.
Right,
I told him.
You going
I'm
right?
the only guy in Cleveland going to be smoking in December. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean
my smoker
you
is a ton.
so you gonna smoke the
Yes,
meat in
yes.
December?
Yep.
I ain't got to worry about no dried ass ham. I can
No.
worry about some smoke.
No, I'm doing ribs. I'm doing chicken for Christmas parties, and we're the only. The smoker I'm working with weigh 2,000 pounds. That's a ton. I got to put a lot of wood to get that thing up to temperature. So every day I'm going to be turning this smoker on this winter for you guys can get smoked chicken even during winter. The only Christmas parties I'm going to have barbecue ribs and barbecue chicken is me.
Oh, the only ones, huh? All right.
It could be somebody. I don't
you
know
know what?
about.
You
He
know,
said he ain't worried about nobody else. He's about worried about
he
him.
worried about him. I thinking about it is like he sound confident. So
Right.
So you got this love for cooking, huh? Pretty much.
Yes, I do.
So, John,
I
do
had-
you make sides?
Yes, I make sides. We make macaroni and cheese. We make collard greens. We make baked beans. Our specialty is spaghetti. We just had a party.
Look at
last
my face
weekend.
right now. Look at the camera on my face right now.
Yes, sir.
And look at the face.
I see you.
Look at the face.
I see you.
I need to taste test some stuff.
I got you.
I need to taste test some stuff. You know
I got you.
why you bring up? Now you tell it's like it's your
I
fault.
told you it's my fault. I'm gonna take the hit.
You gonna
friend
take?
of
You gonna
James
take
is
the
a friend of mine.
All right.
Next time I come bearing gifts.
Oh.
I told you I
See?
was gonna take the hit for
So
it.
yeah, like the thing about it is that we do have a mayoral's election coming up, and everything else. So
Are we having an election party?
the thing about it is that because I may have a couple of candidates come here next week.
Okay.
But I'm not for sure. But if you want to bring a sample next week so I don't have to do anything, that would be wonderful. I'll just bring the water and
Gotcha.
the pop. All right? So I'll bring the soda and the water, and then we can and we're also, after the election is over.
Let me know what he bringing and I'll bring a side.
Right, and we'll have a show. You talk to him and tell him what to bring some meat. That's what we want. I want some smoked meat. That's what I want.
I specialize in protein.
All right.
I definitely would love to bring you guys some protein.
Good.
So if he brings the meat, I'll bring a side.
Thank you. So the thing about it is that we're going. What we want to do is we want to and the thing about it is we want to encourage people to get stuff from you because you talking about the herbs and the butter herbs and all that. I'm like nah.
And he's a small black business.
Yes. So you do this out the comforts of your home, right?
I got a kitchen that I rent for bigger events.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I got a kitchen I rent, but most of the stuff I grill right in my yard or at the space that I rent.
Okay.
He be out there. He'll go live and he'll have a little squirt bottle. He'll be like, just squirting the meat. I'm like, okay.
Yep. And that squirt bottle is 100% apple juice. I'm not putting water on the stuff. I'm putting apple juice on it.
Really?
Yeah, some pit masters go 50% water, 50% I go 100%.
You go 100%. You go full bore with that.
I don't cheat the people.
So that's
I
what's
don't
up.
cheat the people. I'm a native Clevelander. And some of the stuff, we deserve good food. Some of this food that I'm doing is, you get it in Memphis, you get it in Kansas City. You don't get it in Cleveland, smoked protein like this. And I'm doing it every day. Like my day job, I got a part-time job working for my mentor, Master Chef Tony Fortner. And I'm his pit master because I'm the hardest working man in show business. I do the catering, I do the pop-ups, and I do the festivals, but I also got a day job as a pit master. And we're on 139th and Kinsman, and we're smoking meat every day.
That,
Yeah,
that's
139th and Kinsman.
we'll be over that way tomorrow.
That's the space that you rent from.
Yes, where Union and Kinsman meet. We right up there.
Yeah, we gonna be right
Yep,
there.
and that's my home kitchen.
The restaurant across from the gas station?
Yes, with the tables and the chairs there.
What's the name of that restaurant?
Southern Cafe. It's Southern Cafe East and it's Southern
Uh,
Cafe
Why you
I
say that,
passed
T?
No,
Because
because I always pass, and somebody told me they said them was the best ribs they ever had in their life.
West. Wow,
I'm like,
thank
yeah,
you,
right.
brother.
And it's
Thank you,
like,
brother.
No sauce, right?
We got a sauce, but we don't have a red sauce. We have a Carolina sauce. It's golden.
so so you gonna be up there tomorrow, Southern Cafe?
Yes, I will. I'll be up there tomorrow.
What
I sure
time?
will.
What time?
I'll be up there tomorrow from, we open at 11, and I'm going to be up there. I grill the meat and leave. I don't do the service, because I'm going to get out of there about noon.
Okay.
But my work going
What's-
to still be there.
What time they close?
They close. Yes, we do close early. I think we close at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
we
that's the
close
problem.
early.
That's the problem. Yo, like, well, I mean,
We're
they
the
on.
best kept secret. People don't know about us yet. But if they want some real protein done the right way, they need to come check us out. Shout out to Master Chef Tony Fortner.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Yeah, oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, yes, sir. I know
Yeah.
you know the city, brother.
All right, so.
Yes, sir.
All right,
That's
so.
what's up. I'm
speak-
from Union, homie.
All right,
Where
so-
you from, man?
I mean, I'm from all over, but
All right, all right.
let's focus on you. Don't worry about
Oh, don't worry
Yes,
about
sir.
that. So, the thing about it is, we got and I don't even know why I'm saying this. So, speaking at 11 o'clock tomorrow, there's going to be a protest against Sherwin-Williams by Norm Edwards of the Black Contractors Union.
We still going through this.
Okay.
We still out here acting a fool.
Let me just explain something. Let me just explain this right now, Jay. Now you seen Norm Edwards up there with Kevin Kelly. You didn't think that you didn't think he got paid from that super PAC to cause Sherwin-Williams some problems after somebody, a certain pastor that I know good and hell well, didn't get the check they were supposed to get at this particular point in time. I'm sick and tired of this going back. I'll go down and see what y'all protesting about against Sherwin-Williams as far
I
as
don't
black
have time for that
contractors.
tomorrow. I have to prepare for tomorrow.
I know you have to prepare for
I don't have time for
tomorrow's. And then hopefully if Teflon John, Chef Teflon, if you want to give me a personal sample tomorrow, just be at Sanctuary Baptist Church around about 7:45.
and you know what?
7:32.
It may
7:32.
not be a bad idea, John, if you could put together some little dinners and maybe sell them when people are coming out of the
I'm
debate.
open to anything like that. I'm open
Oh,
to
just
anything like that.
tomorrow,
That's for sure.
6 to 7:30 p.m.
Do a pop-up.
Do
And
a
it-
pop-up.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll take you guys up on that. Yes, I will.
Yeah, they do the
I'm ready
pop-up
to go.
tomorrow.
I got
That-
everything ready to
Tell
go.
them the
I'll take you
address.
guys
That
up
is
on
4004 East 131st Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44105 at Sanctuary Baptist Church. It's a mayoral debate, town hall, pretty much a town hall between Cuyahoga County Council President, City Council President Kevin Kelly, and nonprofit executive Justin Bibb for the mayor of Cleveland. So be there. Jay Price, the Queen with the Gold Mic, will be the moderator tomorrow.
Wow. Congratulations, Jay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The thing about it is, like, she has not picked nobody. Everybody.
I'm not endorsing anybody.
Everybody knows who I'm endorsing. I'm endorsing Justin right about now. And
That's Larry talking. That's Larry talking.
Whatever. So the thing about it is, like, I'm endorsing Justin. Like, you should be endorsing Big Ben be replaced at this particular
We're not
point in
gonna talk
time.
about. We're not gonna go there right now. I'm trying to get my brother here hooked up. I'm gonna get to you one moment, please.
I'm feeling him.
All right.
Support the same candidate. I'm feeling it.
All right.
Okay, well that is Teflon John Andrews that said that. So back to the debate tomorrow. So I'll get there at 5 because the doors will open at 5.
Okay.
If you want to get there and start setting up in the church parking lot,
Yeah.
maybe about 4:30,
Yes,
4:30.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we can let the people know
Okay.
that you will be selling dinners.
Yes, ma'am.
They will need to come over to you for your price point as to how much you're selling those dinners for.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a protein master, so we know it's going to be some chicken.
Yep. And there's definitely going to be some ribs as well.
Okay then. Okay then.
Definitely
So
be there, and I appreciate that.
so you can do that. Get set up. Whatever your sides are that you're going to do, we'll make sure to announce announce it. Well, I will make sure to announce it in the forum that there is food for sale. Chef Teflon John is in the parking lot. He did a pop up, and
Yes, ma'am.
please support this small black business.
Yes.
We support minority business here on the Headline Eye. We support minority business here on the Headline Eye, and the reason why we do that is because we want you to come back and always either advertise with us or come back and be a guest again, or come back and and say, well, we grow with you. I want to make sure that we help you grow so you can help us grow. We help each other as far as black folks.
So T-Rex gonna tell Johnny O.
Okay.
Ain't that right, T?
Yeah, he's gonna tell him.
Figure out when we gonna work this party. I mean, November, December, we gonna talk. Hell yeah, you definitely signing up for that.
Right,
Thank you, man. I
I'm
would love
definitely
that.
bringing my thawed out turkey over there. Something gonna work out.
All right, about the turkey. Where should they bring the thawed turkey so you can do it?
They
And
need
they
to
money.
call in.
I would give them my number and I would meet them. You know what I'm saying? I'll meet them. I don't want to do business on Kismet, but I'll meet them. We'll work all that out. We'll work all that out.
That gas station is dangerous.
Whoever's the new mayor, Justin, I'm talking to you. You lived on Dove. Get rid of that gas station. It's treacherous over there. Right. I'm like, I ain't scared of nothing, but I ain't stopping at that gas station after 5 o'clock.
Wow.
So John, give them your phone number of where they can call you.
Yes, ma'am.
So that they can schedule with you to set up a time to drop off their turkey.
Yes, ma'am.
So that you can smoke that turkey.
Yes, ma'am.
Butterfly it all up and put all that good garlic, butter, herb stuff on it, and people can enjoy their Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sister. That's 216-269-0935.
Say it one more again.
216-269-0935. Chef Teflon John, the hardest working man in show business.
Now he gonna take y'all turkey and he gonna butterfly y'all turkey up. He gonna make sure it's moist. He gonna make sure it has all the butter and the herbs it can take. And he gonna gonna grill that bad boy up, and he gonna flip it over. It's gonna have them grill marks on it. And when you sitting down eating that dressing, and you eating them chitlins, and you eating them grains, and that macaroni and cheese, and them yams, you're gonna be like, Chef Teflon John put his foot in this turkey.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So, the thing about it is, and I hate to end the show because I got to roll. Where
you going?
I had to take care of some business at this particular point in time. So I'm like, the thing about it is, like, I want to give him a chance to come on because you brought him on, because the simple fact of the matter is we need more brothers like him. Wow. Because the simple fact of the matter is that he wants to start his business. He wants to be successful, but he's not going to charge a whole lot of money. Now, this is to all my black people out there. Right. Don't shortchange this man.
Well, they buying their own turkey, and he's only charging you $20.
I'm not talking about the turkey. I'm talking about food. Like, you gonna hey, I give let me have like 18 ribs for $2. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. Right. What we're doing is where we're putting black dollars in the black people's hands so we can have enjoyable food and things of that nature. It's like, during the pandemic, when people couldn't go out, I was like buying stuff from other people, like they dropping it off at my house like they was DoorDash, because I wanted to support them, and I do support people that make stuff as long as it's good.
Wow, thank you, brother. Food service workers are some of the hardest working people in the country, and we was working all through the pandemic. It's a tough grind, it's a hard grind. You got to have a love for it.
So tomorrow will be the mayoral debate between Kevin Kelly and Justin Bibb at Sanctuary Baptist Church. There, give me the address.
4004 East 131st Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44105.
Doors will open at 5 p.m. We will be providing masks, and we will be providing hand sanitizer. There will be no campaigning in the venue. If you are campaigning inside the venue, we will have you removed because security will be at the venue. And then we will also have food. Chef Teflon John will be in the parking lot. He will do a pop-up, and he is going to be selling dinners. So come out, get your questions answered, get you some food, schedule your drop-off of your turkey so that you can get your turkey smoked
Right.
for the holiday.
Right.
You know, everybody love to fry them, but we want to smoke them.
Right.
So set up your time with him, get his phone number. But most importantly, you know, let's support one another and let's support black businesses. But most importantly, let's also make sure we get out so that we can make a sound decision and a sound choice of who we want to lead Cleveland in the next 4 years.
And the thing about it is, like, you know, early voting is now like, as far as the polls, it might be 20% that's coming out, and that is not good enough for me.
We need to be at 35%.
Y'all already know I'm trying. I'm trying to shoot for 50 or 60. I know that is my unicorn, rainbow, bright, wishful thinking head right about now. But the thing about it is that the reason that I am, because there's nothing else left to be said in the city of Cleveland. I mean, you have a man running for Cuyahoga County executive. You have a minority business chef. I mean, I think that we did our jobs for the day. Don't you think?
I think so.
I think we did. So you know what? It's about to be around that time. It's 7:32, and usually we end the show at 8. And by the way, the Human T-Rex show is gonna come on at 9.
Tonight?
So that's it. Check out the Human T-Rex. By the way, before I go, happy birthday, T-Rex.
Oh, that's right.
Birthday.
Happy belated,
Happy
bro.
belated birthday.
Birthday, brother.
That fellow Libra.
All right.
That's right.
3 more days.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the thing about it is.
But y'all better be ready come October 31st.
You know what?
baby.
Leave us alone.
I ain't forget about that.
We already look like the damn
I ain't
national
forget
team.
about that.
You know
But
what?
y'all got to play tomorrow. And who y'all playing Teddy Bridgewater tomorrow, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. Teddy coming for y'all because y'all should have picked up Teddy over Baker. Y'all know that, right?
But that was 2 years ago. That
It don't
was
matter.
Still, you know what?
It
I
don't
am
matter.
not saying.
Teddy
I
Bridgewater.
I am not the general
Teddy
manager.
and them
of the
Broncos, they
There's
coming.
a lot of things that I would have done if I was a general manager. Of the
Teddy and them
Cleveland
Broncos,
Browns.
they coming
I think we don't have to go to Denver in that high.
in that high
I
altitude.
do.
But then
like-
Kareem Hunt is out.
Don't worry about us.
OBJ is out, right? Baker got a messed up shoulder, right?
I'm glad he out. That's why we gonna win.
Stop.
You know
Well,
he gonna play because he don't want y'all backup quarterback to win this game because then that's gonna mess with his ego.
And then you know that the coach brought him in to run the system too. He from Minnesota.
Right. So
It's all looking good, Jay. Thank you, Baker, for getting hurt.
It ain't
Stop.
gonna work out.
Hey,
though.
hey.
It ain't gonna work out.
Hey, we don't wish getting hurt on anybody. What
But,
if I?
but listen,
What if I get hurt?
y'all better be ready come October 31st. That's all
we'll
I
be
got
ready
to say.
Halloween ready. Okay.
That's all I got to say.
So the thing
Who
about-
tailgating?
You know, I don't know who tailgating on the 31st.
weather nice.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
nice.
It's Halloween. Everybody gonna be dressed up in costumes and be crazy.
And y'all gonna be looking like clowns.
Stop. I don't. Speaking of tailgate, who want to tailgate Halloween?
It's gonna be some tailgate parties
There's
on
some
Halloween.
Crazy.
Hey,
gonna be-
listen.
there's
So
gonna be
listen.
some
If
crazy
y'all want to
shit.
tailgate for the Browns party, then y'all need to call Chef Teflon John to get y'all
Right,
tailgate
exactly.
food ready.
Call Chef Teflon John. Oh, he'll be popping up tomorrow at Sanctuary Baptist Church. We about to wrap this thing up because I got to get out of here. Y'all can go to. Y'all can. I'm about to go eat. So this is.
Who you going to eat with?
Don't worry about it.
Right. Wait, hold
I
up.
like to think about
Hold
it.
up. Hold up.
Charlie,
Hold up.
this is if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do.
Man, that nigga
this
trying-
is
he
Charlie.
avoiding that question.
This is Charlie Path. Attention. We'll be right. We'll
No,
be
we
back
gone,
now.
bro. We out.
gone.
We out
We're
till
gone
next week.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
I say
thank you,
no.
thank
If
you.
nobody tells you that they love you today, I love you. This is Charlie Path. Attention. We gone. Peace.
We out. Peace.
RV 108.1.
You just want attention. You don't want my heart. Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention. I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. You've been running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. 'Cause you knew that I'd call you up. Baby, now that we're right here standing face to face, you already know that you won. Oh, I know trust is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you, what you expect, but you're not calling.